you get that drink.
Welcome back to the QueensYanks channel. I appreciate everybody coming back as we always do, and today we are doing a first ever on this channel. If you are familiar with our channel, you know that I do something called the Queen's Brûlante, which is basically the Canadian Premier League prediction show, weekly show, and we're going to do something. We're going to, take a stab at doing something here in the European pool. Adam, how are you doing today?
I'm doing quite well. I am very, very excited about this episode.
So am I. So what's going to happen is we are going to be doing a league that many of you know as the Scottish Premiership, and we're going to be predicting the games, basically the weekly games, all of them, and we're going to be doing a random draw from the Championship, League One, and League Two in Scotland, and we're going to be also predicting that game. Those are going to be completely at random, and we won't know them until this show. So we'll draw them this show, and we'll see what they are next week. And as well, we have, just to spice things up a little bit away from Scotland, we have a little mystery bucket here where we have pretty much almost 30 different leagues in here. And we're just going to pick one up, and it's going to be our double or nothing. And if we get that right, you'll catch on as we go on. But basically, we'll get to pick any random game from that league. And if we get it right, we get 2 extra points. And if we don't, we get -2. So it's a little bit of a high stake, high risk, high reward. And I guess shows our research skills, I guess you should say. So we are going to be calling this show, unless we come up with something better, the Queen's Loch. And that just comes into play because Loch Ness, Loch who picks, yeah, it's kind of corny, but it works for us, right? It works for us, right? So, well, Adam, should we go ahead and get started in the picks, or do you have anything left to say?
We might as well go ahead and get started with these picks because the Saturday slate.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun game on Saturday. So we'll just start off with St. Johnstone and St. Mirren. And for me, what went into this pick was from the 5th place team to the 12th place team, St. Johnstone has the best goal allowed. They got the best defense. They've allowed the least amount of goals, but they've also scored the least amount of goals in the league. So it kind of just like offsets that. Anything I just said. Both have 7 points in the last 5 games. Frankly, I'm just going with St. Johnstone just because they're the home team. I think realistically, if there's any game that's going to end in a tie, it's probably going to be this one. But we do not pick draws on this show, so I'm going with St. Johnstone just because they're the home team.
I think that's a valid way to look at it. This one, I'm right there with you in the sense of how difficult this was to pick. It's like it's almost like this is like what I would refer to as like a positioning round for the Scottish Premiership, almost, at least with the middle teams, because you've got literally like all the teams that are right next to each other are playing. So this one was tough for me. I typically would, in where I'm really struggling to make a pick, I typically would go with the home team. But I just I'm going with St. Mirren in this one. I just feel like and I'm probably going to butcher his name, and I apologize, but Eamon Brophy, I feel like he's just going to lead St. Mirren to a victory in this one. I think they've got I feel like St. Mirren's got the hotter player. So we'll see. I could be completely wrong. This is a really tough one to pick, but I'm going with St. Mirren.
All right, so our second game, we've got the Hearts at home against Dundee United, and Dundee United's probably been the surprise of the league, in my opinion. I think the Hearts, they're back in the league, and they're just completely, honestly, doing a little bit better than what I thought they were going to do in the first year back. The Hearts, they've been struggling a little bit, and I do think they get back on track in this game, although I think it's going to be close. I think Gordon and Boyce are going to lead them to a victory. And but that said, shout out to Ian Harkes, the American for Dundee. So hopefully he looks good in the loss.
So this one was really difficult for me to pick. Yeah, well, I mean, you'll probably hear me say that another 1,000 times before that we're done here, but difficult for me. These two are, I feel like they're very even, and typically I would go with the, again, typically go with the home team. Sometimes when I struggle to make a pick, which the home team in this one is the Hearts. Uh, the other difficult part with this one is Liam Boyce, who is the Hearts' lead scorer. I know it's almost a toss up as to whether or not he's going to be playing in this game because he's been out the last two games after suffering an injury a couple weeks ago in I think the game against Dundee. I feel like he's going to be back for this one, and I'm kind of banking on that because I am also going to pick the Hearts in this one, assuming that Boyce is back because I mean he is on a tear, and if he's back, look out Dundee United.
Same. So we're going to go on to Aberdeen at home against Motherwell. And in my opinion, outside of Glasgow and Edinburgh, Aberdeen is the best team in the league. Motherwell has not won since September, and that win was against Ross County, who is just not that good. Um, you know, it's been kind of a bad run for Motherwell lately with Jay Carroll and all the defense. It's just not looked that great. I mean, they gave up 6 goals last week. Um, Obviously, you know where I'm going with this. I'm going with Aberdeen, and I want to probably keep going with Aberdeen for a while until against Motherwell for a while until they can show that they can actually get a victory, and you know, once every month at least.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you there. I mean, the only difficult thing is I feel like when you've got one of these teams that has really been struggling, you never know when they're just going to kind of like strike it hot and surprise you. Um, so that really made it tough for me because I feel like Motherwell's due for one. Even though Aberdeen is, in my opinion, clearly the better team, and they're at home, which is also going for them. Motherwell just lost, as you said, just lost to Ross County by a ridiculous amount.
It was the Rangers that beat them.
Or sorry, the Rangers. My apologies. So, yeah, 6-1, right? That's what
Yeah,
the
yeah,
score was.
yeah. And I do have a soft spot for a lot of the Motherwell players. It's nothing against Motherwell. I love you guys.
Yeah. Probably gonna come back to bite me, but I'm going with Motherwell on this one.
Ooh, okay. That's. I mean, hey, if they end up winning, you look good there. So we'll go on to our final game of Saturday, which is Livingston at home against Hibernian. And the Hibs in the last 5 games, and I looked this up, the Hibs have been outscored 3-9. So they've been on quite a cold streak, and Livingston has outscored their opponents 7 goals to 4 in the last 5. However, that said, Livingston's strength of schedule per se in the last 5 games have been complete trash compared to the Hibs. So I think the Hibs are going to get another win and get back on track here. Uh, Shout out to Christian Deutsch. Hopefully you have a good game. And plus, they're having an American joining their team soon. So hey, Chris Mueller. Maybe when he gets there, he'll mix right in.
I certainly hope so. Yeah, and I hope Deutsch just leads them to a win because I also have the Hibs in this one. They're the better team, and same as you, Livingston's strength of schedule has been in the dumpster. So I'm banking on that to see a Hibs win away.
Yeah, I gave all those numbers to make it seem like I may have been going toward Livingston, but nope. So then we're going to go to the Sunday games, which is essentially the worst team versus the best team, and the second best team versus the second worst team. And I mean, do we really need to say much about these games other than these are games to load up on fantasy, in my opinion?
Yes.
I don't have much to say. Celtic is going up is going to Dundee. I mean, Dundee's is technically the home team, but I don't see anything other than Celtic getting a win and probably not very hard.
Yeah, I mean, So just to kind of give a little bit of information on this, and not just say, "Oh, I'm gonna pick Celtic and move on to the next game in 5 seconds." The last time these two played, uh, Furuhashi had an absolute field day, scoring 3 goals. Celtic won 6-0. Just to kind of remind you how lopsided this one was for Celtic, they had shot advantage 31-3, and the shots on target advantage 15-0. Um, so I unfortunately don't see anything but a repeat performance. I mean, maybe they'll only score 4 this time instead of 6, but um, they're going to run away with it.
And then we've got Rangers at home against Ross County, and Ross County is the lone representative of the Highlands, so I do have a little bit of a soft spot, but there's no way they pull this one out. Rangers easy at home.
Yep. Yeah. The boys on the south side of the River Clyde are going to pull this one out pretty easily. I mean, as we were talking about earlier, they just beat Motherwell 6-1. Yeah, not much to say about this one either. It's going to be Sunday games are going to be full of scoring and lopsided scoring, for that matter, from the top 2 teams in the table.
So there are our 6 picks for this upcoming week, and as I said, we will be doing some drawings for the next go around. And I don't know, is there an international break next weekend? So these might be for the week after.
Yeah, yes, there is an international break next weekend.
So this is going to be for the week after. So I didn't have time to write all the papers, so I just did a random generator and drew what the teams we're going to be doing for the next go around. So in the championship, we drew Morton, which I honestly don't know a whole lot about them other than when they play Inverness. And in League One, we drew Aloha Athletic, which I'm actually more familiar with them than I am Morton. And then in League Two, we drew the Kelty Hearts.
Oh.
So now let's see what league we're going to draw for our double or nothing.
Oh.
And we have drawn English League One.
All right. I'll take it.
So those are the games we will be doing along with our Scottish Premiership games, our next go around, which I guess will be in 2 more weeks at this point. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Let us know. Drop a like if you liked it, definitely, because this is new for us. So definitely let us know if you liked it. Drop a comment on who you think we got right, who you think we got wrong. You know, what went into our picks, what you think was crazy, what you didn't think was crazy. And I hope everybody has a amazing week. And we're going to be doing some Scottish, well, not necessarily Premiership. We're going to be doing some more Scottish videos coming up too. So if you're a Scottish fan, please subscribe to the channel. And I hope everybody has a great weekend.
Have a good weekend, everybody. Hope for some injury-free football. We will see you later.